What's up, guys? Mike Gross here, rockandguitarlessons.com. How you guys doing today, man? Hopefully good. If you play your guitar, it'll make you feel better, though. So check it out. I try to throw these out a couple times a month. An invitation to take private lessons via Skype for guitar, bass, or vocals. I'm teaching guitar and bass. And my lovely wife Jolene, who's a character and a half, as you well know, teaches people how to sing. And I gotta say, man, as long as I've been teaching, since 1992, and Jolene pretty much the same, maybe a few years after me she started teaching, but vocals, man, because I'm a singer. My last band I was the lead guitar player and the singer, and then my buddy Armando, we kind of shared the spot. I tended to do more of the vocals, but we harmonized constantly vocally and on the guitar. But singing is tough. I mean, I've listened to over the years, because it's been a long time, you know, Jolene's vocal lessons, and you got to be somewhat of a brave soul, man, to sing, because you're exposed out there naked, man. When you're singing, you know, that's your instrument, right? You know, I get this is my security blanket, my guitar. Take my guitar away, I could still sing, but it's my comfort element. And singing's brutal because everything's there. You may go to do something and you crack and yodel, and you know, you got to get over that stuff. I remember, I was probably like 19 or something. I was playing at this church, and I knew I could kind of sing, but I was real kind of shy about it, so I'd prefer to stick to guitar or just throw in harmonies. I was cool with that. I didn't want to be like the spotlight. I didn't want to be the singer, you know, the main person. It's just, I'm a laid back, I don't know. It's just how I am. You'd have to know me. But the first time I actually sang a song by myself and then had other people harmonizing with me was scary. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was petrified, man. I mean, and I think some of it has to do with a person's personality. If you're like my wife Jolene, you know, she'll tell you she has fear and gets scared, and you know, my wife's not a liar. I believe her, but she's got a more charismatic personality. It's more bubbly, you know. Put her in a group of people, and me, I'm like the quiet ones, just like chilling, talking with a couple people. She's comfortable just like talking in front of a big crowd. You know, I'm doing it here, but I'm on the camera and I'm comfortable in my element. But singing can be brutal. This isn't just about singing, by the way. You know, it's guitar and bass too. But from a vocalist standpoint, any of you people that are considering taking vocal lessons, Jolene is fabulous. She's good at it, and she's like me. I mean, she makes it comfortable. I mean, you got to be comfortable with your teacher. I think that's, you know, sometimes why people won't pursue or take lessons. They're worried about the teacher and how they're going to be with them. I'm not a real strict teacher, really at all. I'm a really laid back. I know what works for me, and I know how to make learning fun yet effective. And I'm just a chill dude. I'm kicked back, and Jolene is too. She's very personable. But I think the key is, you guys, is I really like to see my students learn. You know, I like to see the results, and I like to see them grow and like overcome something that they weren't able to do before. To me, man, I get off on that stuff, and she does too. So as a singer, don't let fear hold you back. And it happens with guitar players too, but I think vocals probably number one, because it's your voice, it's inside you. You know, guitar, I'm holding it, it's external. What I play hopefully is a reflection of inside me. I mean, it takes me to a place. Even if I just played for myself the rest of my life, I get a sense of self-gratification out of it. It's a cool thing, cool place to be. So anyways, for you singers, my point is, you know, maybe even try a lesson with Jolene and see what I'm talking about, and she'll work with you on anything and everything. She's good at it. And for guitar or bass, mainly I have guitar students, and I've found, since I've been teaching since 1992, you know, I may have 50 guitar students and maybe 2 or 3 bass students. It's just how it is. This world has a shortage of bass players. It's sad. It really is. And then you know, half of the bass players are only doing bass because they're guitar players and they were asked to play bass for the band. You know, that's how it was with my last band. My buddy Doc was a guitar player in real life, and he became a bass player in real life just because we couldn't find a bass player in our band, and he had the chops to do the finger movements and the fast stuff, so it wound up working that way. But music's fun, man. It's good for the soul, it's good for the mind, and everything. It's a release, it's a stress release, all that stuff. You know, I have quite a few kids, so when I feel the stress coming on, my guitar is in my hand. It's in my hand all the time anyways. But anyways, if it's something you're interested in, here's the thing. It's $59 per hour, $34 per half hour. And if you go to my website, rockingguitarlessons.com, even though that's the temporary site, there is a page up there to inquire and read up on how to take lessons on Skype. And it talks about it and the requirements. It's very simple. I mean, you got to have high-speed internet. Everyone I know does anyways, right? If you don't, then I wouldn't suggest taking the lessons because you can get interruptions. Interruptions can happen even when you have high-speed internet. Occasionally, it'll even happen with my current students, and 99% of the time we get it resolved like really quick. But you got to there's things you got to know, like check your internet speed. You go to speedtest.net and make sure you're getting what you're paying for on your internet speed. Like mine was doing horrible about a month ago. I'm like, what the heck is going on, man? It was really bad. Like, everything was slow. So I called my internet provider, and they said to unplug the router for like 5 seconds, plug it back in, and see if it works. I did it, and it fixed it. I was like, what the heck? So some of this stuff, could be something as simple as a 5-second fix, But for the most part, it's very, very effective. You download. You just type in Skype.com and it'll ask, whether it's a PC or, what type of computer, and then you just download it from there. You got to have a webcam. I have Skype students that'll even do it on their cell phone. Now, I can't imagine doing that because even with glasses, I'd be like, dude, I can't see a thing. But, if you can download on it, you can do the Skype lessons. And you got to have a webcam, obviously. No big deal. I think I paid $30 or $40 for mine. At Radio Shack, that was it. And that was up and running and good to go. But I can help you guys through it if you need help. It's fun. And like I said, it's a good way to learn. We can work on whatever it is that you want to work on. I'm not huge on teaching theory. I can teach the basic theory if you'd like. But I'm more of a technique guy. I know how to get results, and I know how to get them the fastest. And if anyone knows what being busy is like, it's me. I'm extremely busy, man. I mean, outside of my big old family, I spend a ton of time doing these lessons, getting videos ready for my website, content for the website, working at 2 different music stores teaching guitar and bass and drums, which those are going to come to a close. There's just not enough time in the day, and I want to dedicate more time, to be here for you guys, and it's winding up being that way. My Skype schedule really is getting filled up. So here I am sending out a message for you guys, if you want lessons on Skype. But, if I don't have a time, worst case scenario, I put you on a waiting list for the next opening, and we could fit you in. I could probably fit anyone in right now if I wanted to work 7 days a week, which I've done that too, but I've got to pull it back a little bit. But I'm sure we can get you in a spot that'll work. They're fun, and I think the key is, the private lesson vibe is, I can see you, I could hear you, I could see how you're holding your pick, how you're holding your fret hand. When you're trying to do a stretch chord, or you're trying to do a certain solo or riff, and you keep getting an open string that rings in there making noise, and you're like, geez, what am I doing wrong? I know the shortcuts to get you around that. Not good at very many things, but I'm good at teaching in guitar. This is my comfort element. It's my passion primarily, and it wound up becoming my job. Thankfully at a young age, man, I've been able to do what I've wanted to do. And even my learning experience when I was a kid, I started in, I'd say 1982. Wasn't even a teenager yet. And I wanted lessons really bad, wasn't able to get them. But my mom did say, hey, look, I had, you guys remember Circus Magazine and Hit Parader, all that stuff? Well, they would have like the Doug Marks Metal Method or Star Licks, and basically they were lessons, but they were sent to you, to your mailbox, not your email, but your mailbox, and it was a book and then a cassette tape, and it had the tabs, and then you can hear it. It worked for me. But I also spent probably 80% of my time was learning because out of necessity, because I had to. So I was able to adapt my ear to zone in on when I hear a song playing. I can usually pick apart all the instruments in there. I can follow their melody lines and what they're doing, the drum beats and all that. I'm able to not just listen to it as a whole, but listen to it, dissecting it as each instrument. And I play, guitar, bass, drums, piano, and sing, which are the primary instruments. So I've been able to, and you get better with time too, And you can also listen and try to figure out something so fervently that you get it wrong because you're listening too hard, or your ears are tired from doing it for too long. But my point is, a lot of my Skype students, probably 2/3, we're breaking apart songs and learning them from beginning to end. I'm subgrouping it into small pieces for them, rock and block subgroup, and then watching you guys play it slowly and make sure that you're picking right and your fret hands right and all those things are right. You go over it, 6, 7, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, and then you move to the next chunk, and I can break all that down for you. That way, by the time you've reached the end of it, you've subgrouped it into however many sections. It could be 5, it could be 20. Or if it's Dream Theater, it could be 133,000. You never know. But you break these parts down, perfect them, and then build it. They're building blocks, and it works. So, anyways, I think I will stop there. Make sure you subscribe to both my channels, youtube.com/Rockin' Guitar Lessons 1 and Rockin' Guitar Lessons 2. 2 is the In the Style of channel, and the other one is technique and how-tos and all that good stuff. Tell your buddies, your friends that play, or if they just enjoy music, send them to my YouTube channel. Be watching for the official launch of RockinGuitarLessons.com coming real soon. Be sure, you guys, to go fill out that contact information. Critical. I think it just asks for your name and your email, and you're good to go. So, my PayPal email, tvxpunk@aol.com. PayPal is the primary way that my students pay for their lessons because I'm teaching worldwide. If you live in another country, like I have students in Sweden, Japan, Canada, just all over and all throughout the United States. But if you have a different currency, PayPal automatically converts it for you, boom, right there. I haven't seen the process done, but I've seen how to do it. And it's a currency converter, and it converts it to American dollars. It's really cool. Safe and secure, I'm sure all of you guys have heard of PayPal. And a few of my students do like Western Union, money order, and that type of thing. So, anyways, if you're interested, hit us up, and let's get your guitar playing going to the next level. All right, Mike Gross, I'm out of here. Later.